Darby and the Dead is a new comedy from director Silas Howard on Hulu. Let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin. Here I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Hulu. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. After suffering a near-death experience as a young girl, Darby Harper gains the ability to see dead people. As a result, she becomes introverted and shut off from her high school peers and prefers to spend time counseling lonely spirits who have unfinished business on Earth. But all that changes when Capri, the queen bee of the school's most exclusive clique, unexpectedly dies in a freak hair straightening accident, resulting in the obvious cancellation of her upcoming Sweet 17. Capri, however, pleads with Darby from the other side to intervene and convince Capri's friends to proceed with the party as planned. There's a sense of familiarity when it comes to Darby and the Dead from director Silas Howard. Films like Mean Girls explore a young girl who suddenly becomes popular and has to deal with that change and reflect on it as well. Darby and the Dead's similar story structure focuses on Darby, who people consider to be weird, and Capri, who is considered to be popular. Darby, played wonderfully by Riel Downs, has a unique ability to talk to the dead. In the beginning of the film, we learn that her mother passed away and her connection with the dead is a way for her to cope with her loss. Capri, played by Cravalho, wants nothing other than to be popular and will tear others down to remain on top. The polar opposite characters often rely on each other throughout the film to help the other. Capri wants to follow through with her birthday party, while Darby wants to feel accomplished again when it comes to cheerleading. The film offers enough sequences to understand the two characters and their struggles while trying to connect the two. The friendship between Darby and Capri does feel one-sided. Capri is using Darby for her own gain, being the birthday party and entering the afterlife. Capri is a character that really does not change throughout the film, so it makes her character very flat. And Darby starts to become very popular and goes against everything that she stood for in the beginning of the film. The familiar story of characters becoming popular and starting to let that popularity get to their head is often seen in teen movies. Besides talking to the dead and helping them enter the afterlife, there is a lack of originality with this film. The film consistently breaks the fourth wall, and at times that aspect was funny, but it came very tiresome pretty early on in the film, and other characters started to join in. But when we see Darby talk to the dead in the way that she talks to the audience, it's almost like it's playing as the audience members are also the dead characters within the film. It's a little creepy at times and a little too much. The film has a decent supporting cast with Asher Angel, known for his role in the DCEU film Shazam, and Chosen Jacobs, who starred in the two It films. Their performances feel brief and were only present to create tension amongst Darby and Capri. If you're familiar with this type of film, you may enjoy it for these friends that had a falling out and had to reconnect as friends. They have this party that's going on, but it really feels like it is one-sided. Darby is trying to help her find her purpose so she can enter the afterlife. We have several dead characters within the film that don't do much. I wish the film would have explored a little more of the dead and some of her business that she has, but the story lacks any originality and the characters feel thin and poorly developed. The pacing for this film's introduction to the story and characters feel fast. We are immediately thrown into Darby's business and her abilities to reconnect with the dead. There isn't enough development in the beginning of the film with how Darby is feeling about losing her mother and juggling these new abilities. I think there could have been some added humor in the film because it does take itself a little too seriously in the beginning when the rest of the film is regarded as a comedy. So some humor could have been thrown into some of these more dramatic scenes, and I think it would have made the pacing just feel a little bit better and smoother and maybe added some development along the way. This isn't the most memorable film of this year, even if the directing feels vibrant from Silas Howard. It is a film that feels unoriginal. We've seen that story before of a student that starts to become popular, goes against everything they stood for in the beginning of the film, has to have that change of heart at the end, and then return to that original character, the personality that they had in the beginning. It's all here in Darby and the Dead. So before I give you my score for Darby and the Dead on Hulu, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit the subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you look to see where Darby and the Dead ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Darby and the Dead a C. Thank you guys for checking my review for Darby and the Dead on Hulu. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies and you guys stay classy, YouTube.